by the executive constitute a misconduct. It is within their rights. Okay. So I don't think anybody can question that. But the point here is, by Section 188 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended in 1999, they have just started the impeachment proceedings. They will go further, like the Speaker said. He's going to notify the governor
within 7 days.
Within 7 days.
Yeah.
Section 188 is clear on that the governor has 14 days within which to respond to the allegations.
Okay, yeah.
The governor has 14 days, within 14 days to do so.
14 days of receipt of the notice.
Yes, 14 days of the receipt of the notice to respond to.
Okay.
And afterwards, the Speaker or the Assembly will notify the Chief Judge of the state to say, look, this is where we are. The same Section 188 empowers the Chief Judge of the state to constitute a panel that will look into those allegations and the response of the executive, in this case the governor.
Okay.
Afterwards, the committee, of course, will invite the executive to defend the governor. In this case, can either appear in person or appear through a representative.
He can?
Yes. It is here.
Okay.
It is here. Sorry. I just want to get that.
You want to quote?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
The point is that the governor can either appear in person or by a representative.
Okay,
now, when that is done, the committee set up by the Chief Judge will look into it. If they find merit on the defense of the governor, that is to say that, look, the governor have defended himself. This does not constitute impeachment offense, or these are the reasons put forward for which the committee felt, no, this cannot be an impeachment offense. The law says, as soon as that is done, that is the end of the impeachment proceeding. So that's why I say, why the House of Assembly has the powers donated to them by the Constitution to commence an impeachment proceeding if they feel the governor has committed any misconduct, but it does not begin and end with them. Now, in this case, if the Chief Judge of the state is not on the same page with the House of Assembly, and you know what, Oracle, there's something I discovered here.
Tell me. What
I would call even a lacuna. That when the Chief Judge of the state, who has the powers here to constitute the panel, if the Chief Judge of the state refuses to constitute the panel, there is no other provision of what the House of Assembly will do.
Should the Chief Judge have the option of refusing?
No, I'm just telling you that assuming we are in Nigeria,
it was not captured.
Assuming without considering that the Chief Judge will say, look, I have other pressing things. This is not even, and he refuses to constitute that committee. The Constitution does not give the House of Assembly the powers to override that of the Chief Judge or constitute that committee themselves.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up, because my next question was going to be around timing. The first two things you said were time specific. They were time bound.
Yeah.
The Assembly forwards the notice to the governor within a 7-day time frame. The governor responds within a 14-day time frame, right? So my next question was going to be, does the Chief Judge also have an ultimatum, a time frame to constitute the committee? That's what I was going to ask you, but of course, we're already heading in that direction. Now, this question I'm about to ask is important for Rivers State reasons. Does the Constitution clearly specify how the notice will be delivered. Because we have seen the assembly and this same governor somehow have trouble in delivering letter to each other.
That corresponded.
Yes, when I think we were trying to get a time for him to come and present budget, assembly said they didn't see letter. Governor said he did not see letter. One said I sent text message. So since we have that kind of problem in Nigeria, delivery services in Rivers State are not working well. Network is usually epileptic around this time. How did the Constitution say this notice should be delivered to the governor?
Okay. Honorable Section 88 sub 2B. Let me just take the B part of it.
Okay.
The Speaker of the House of Assembly shall within 7 days of the receipt of the notice cause a copy of the notice to be served on the holder of the office and on each member of the House of Assembly, and shall also cause any statement made in reply to the allegation by the holder of the office, in this case the governor, to be served on each member of the assembly. Now look at it. The Speaker of the House of Assembly shall within 7 days of the receipt of the notice cause a copy of the notice to be served on the holder of the office. What the Constitution has said is cause. Just like your question, how, what is the means? Because we know that the correspondence between the legislature and the executive is usually through the clerk of the house.
Through the clerk, yeah.
But here now the Constitution says the Speaker shall. Is it now? The Speaker shall. By what means? So is it by pasting or by taking it to him personally?
Wait, if Amehule scans that document and send it as PDF to the WhatsApp of the governor, and I'm being as creative as possible with my imagination, right? And the governor says, you know what, I did not see it. Because 14 days starts from the confirmation of receipt.
That's correct.
Right?
That's
the
correct.
minute it lands and is okay, I have received, 14 days begins to count.
Oracle, let me remind you something. You know what happened last time? That they use this dispatch delivery people.
That's what they said.
You know?
Yes.
No, but that is not even the case. The case there is that service is key. If you serve, there must be an acknowledgement from the executive to show, yes, we are in receipt of this letter.
Yeah.
That is one. Just like what I was saying before, you know, I told you that the governor can appear in person or by section 188 sub 6 says the holder of the office whose conduct is being investigated, that is the governor, under this section shall have the right to defend himself in person or be represented before the panel by a legal practitioner. You see it now?
Okay.
By a legal practitioner.
I have a problem with that. Right? Because
of his choice. They even say of his choice.
Yes, indeed. Definitely he will have to be the one to choose who would represent him if he doesn't want to appear. Something as grave as an impeachment, which is a statement that is suggestive of your inability to function as governor. Right?
Yeah.
The day that Nigeria Info starts to question my ability to be broadcaster, it is the kind of thing that I would need to respond in person. So, don't you think, and I know that, you know, you are a legal practitioner, so asking you to say that the Constitution is making a mistake is get as it be. I find it disturbing or unsettling that the Constitution would provide that window for the governor to not represent himself.
You see, Oracle, just very swiftly, let me tell you. People are gifted.
Okay.
Oracle, you're here. People are talking about you outside here.
Are you sure?
Let me tell you. People are talking about that you are a sound person. Your presentation here, everything. People are listening. As we're talking, people are listening.
My goodness.
There are some other persons too that have the gift of writing.
That's right.
They cannot speak, but if you see them write, you will not believe that it's that person that cannot speak that will write it. So that is why the law is for everybody.
Okay.
Now, you see, let me just tell you, there's a matter, there's a petition I wrote to the CP. That petition was minuted to a particular division. Just yesterday, the IPO handling the case called me that I should come with my client, that the other people are there, and I was not disposed. I called my client. I said, please, go. My client is a stammerer.
Oh.
Very terrible one at that. Do you know? As beautiful as his case, what I got was that he couldn't present his matter.
Oh my.
And then they adjourned, ask him to come back on Wednesday with his lawyer. What am I saying? The law is made in a way that nobody will be victimized.
Okay.
Now, that's why the law says, in case
for any reason,
for whatever reason, you may not, that your governor does not make you exceptional, you may not be able to stand before that panel and present your case. You are free to use. The law did not say you must use a legal practitioner. In case you cannot go and represent yourself and present your case personally, you can make use of a legal practitioner to make sure that there is no, if I because I couldn't talk, that's why they indicted me. No, you must exhaust everything to make sure the law stands.
All right, we need to take a break. I don't have to use a legal practitioner to do that. The break is coming up now. After that break, we talk some more, and you get to be a part of the conversation. Stay with us. Welcome back. It is Hard Facts 92.3 Nigeria Info. Sam Chinedu here. The River State House of Assembly has again begun impeachment proceedings against Governor Fubara and his deputy Ngozi Odu over alleged gross misconduct. They're in plenary today, Thursday, presided over by Speaker Martin Amehule. The Majority Leader, Major Jack, read a notice accusing Governor Fubara of 7 offences, including demolishing the Assembly complex, spending funds outside the budget, withholding funds meant for the Assembly Service Commercial autonomy. My guest is a legal practitioner and a public affairs analyst. He is Barrister J.C. Williams and is right here in the studio. You're welcome once again, sir.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, so you were telling us about the process
Yes.
of converting a governor to an ex-governor by way of impeachment.
Yes.
So, the assembly has started. Correspondence should be to governor based on notice, first 7 days and then 14-day. And the chief judge gets to constitute a committee that looks into the allegations to make sense of it before we come to a logical conclusion. I asked earlier, does the chief judge have a time frame to constitute that committee? Is he restricted?
Yes. You know what section, subsection 3 of section 188 says is that within that 14 days window given to the governor to respond to those allegations, when he finally submits his response to the assembly by motion, like subsection 4 said, a motion of the House of Assembly that the allegation be investigated. That is when governor have sent in his response.
Yeah.
The allegation be investigated shall not be declared as having been passed unless it is supported by the vote of not less than 2/3 majority of all the members of the assembly. Section 5 went further to say, within 7 days of the passing of a motion under the foregoing provisions of this section, the chief judge of the state shall, at the request of the speaker of the House of Assembly, appoint a panel of 7 persons who, in his opinion, are of unquestionable integrity. Now, what the constitution is saying here is that by the time the governor turns in his response, the assembly will sit to consider this thing the governor have responded. Does it satisfy us? Does it not? Did he meet? I mean, all those things they wait. If in their opinion they feel that, look, governor has a case to answer, that is when the speaker within 7 days will notify the chief judge of the state. But if within them they consider that, look, his response are satisfactory,
satisfies, yeah,
it ends there. Then if they don't, speaker notifies governor within 7 days, governor constitutes this panel, 7-man panel of men of integrity. There must not be people in public servants.
Chief judge.
Public service, yes, chief judge.
Chief judge, not governor, yeah.
No, the chief judge. There must not be people in public service. Now, the onus lies with the chief judge to decide who qualifies as a man of unquestionable character, a man of integrity.
Oh my goodness.
You see, so impeachment, when you hear impeachment, it's not something that starts in the morning and ends the next day. No, unfortunately, you know, in Nigerian politics, sometimes they just say, do it, we have impeach, go to court. But you see, Rivers case, because you know, every day people are getting wiser. Rivers people are getting wiser. That it is saying that if the witch cries at night and the child dies in the morning, you don't need to go far to ask who was responsible. This is the same House of Assembly that said they will resume on 26th of January. All of a sudden, somebody is doing thank you visit from one local government to the other. And look, let me, Oracle, this thank you. Look, this is River State too. It's not like we don't know what is going on. What is the thing? What did the House of Assembly see now, if not a ploy to distract the governor again?
Well, it is possible to make that case, and I'm certain that there will be valid points on that end of the argument. But the thank you visits may or may not be connected to the representatives of the people
ordinarily
holding the governor accountable.
I agree with you. Ordinarily, yes. But you see, the way Rivers State is presently constituted today, you will agree with me that the witch that cries at night and the child dies in the morning, you know where to go and find the culprit.
The problem with this witch and these children that keep dying is that even though it might be connected, you cannot accuse the witch of being responsible for every child death the next morning, because children are dying left, right, and center.
Let me tell you, in this case where the witch has a name,
So
You know, that's what you're saying is where you are not sure of which witch.
if the witch cried in River State, you cannot hold it responsible for a child that died the next morning in Jigawa. So
No, the point is that in
because
River
children
State,
are dying.
in River State today,
You understand?
there is a known witch that in River State, we don't even need to go to Bayelsa or Baabia to know who is responsible.
the point I'm making is there's such a thing as coincidence. This
Okay, I agree
may
with
just have coincided, right? With
There
the
is something
events.
law also called circumstantial evidence.
I obviously will not argue with you on the basis of law, right? I'm coming from logic, common sense, and a sprinkle of English language. So, from that perspective, it may or may not be connected. But I'm also concerned about the political angle to this, which I'm obviously trying to avoid getting into, right? And looking at the allegations, 2 or 3 or maybe 4 of the 7 offenses alleged border on finances. And if this process is supposed to hold a member of the executive, a governor, accountable, we have to understand that it is the people's money. Now, my concern, which I asked in the previous hour, is what happened to the first impeachment process? If the House had said that the governor had committed impeachable offenses the first time, and suddenly we know that nothing came out of it, did the governor ask for forgiveness? Because whatever offense was against the people of Rivers.
That's correct.
So if you're saying that governor stole my money as a taxpayer and did not use it for what he was supposed to, and then you say for this reason he should be impeached, what does the law say about a stalled impeachment process that you started? You claimed he did something. He stole money, he misappropriated, he did whatever, gross misconduct. Because of this, I had to study impeachment of all the governors that have had this in Nigeria. And gross misconduct kept coming up.
Yeah.
That was a tag they kept using.
Exactly.
So the governor has been accused of gross misconduct. So what does the law say about the assembly members thwarting that process, where very clearly this process you just stated earlier from the Constitution did not happen?
Yes. You see, Oracle, you know, when I started here, I said that it is within the rights of the members of the State House of Assembly to do their work, including commencing impeachment process where and when necessary.
That's right.
But you see, permit me say this, that in Rivers State today, the House of Assembly we have today, they have made themselves look like jokers.
How so?
You said here, there was impeachment process before that they commenced. What was the outcome? Nothing. You know why? It's just a way to boss Governor Sam Fubara to a point where they can negotiate him out of the system and say there is agreement. I'm telling you, what they are doing now is a calculated attempt to push Governor Sam Fubara to a corner, and then, as usual, they will now corner him again and say, let us settle. And then, you see, so, but unknown to them, that the Rivers people now are a lot more aware. We are not saying if the governor have committed an impeachable offense. After all, it's our money. It's our money that they are talking about here. Oracle, don't forget, these are the same people that why a state of emergency was subsisting. The sole administrator, Abbas, I think that is his name, as he then was, bought to them the latest Prado Jeep.
Oh my goodness. Why is everybody talking about this card?
Oracle, let me see, what is good is good. What is bad is bad, no matter how you sugarcoat it. These same people that suddenly woke up were the same people who, on their first plenary, when they resume, you know the sense that we were going to investigate Abbas. Till today, what came out of it?
Well,
nothing. So they have made Rivers people. You know, growing up, House of Assembly was a place I loved to be, but unfortunately, this time the crop of people we have there. Did you listen to the leader of the house, Major Jack, reading that thing? It is obvious that somebody wrote it for him.
Okay.
Let's just watch him.
So, Barrister Williams,
Yes,
the
my brother.
sole administrator bought cars for the assembly members.
Yes.
Allegedly.
It's not allegedly. We are seeing the cars. They are driving. Some of them are driving it.
You and I do not have the documents of
Then you should ask yourself, what stored that investigation?
Allegedly. Now, let me again attempt to deploy logic. When we needed a guest for this conversation, as a station, we reached out to you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Barrister J.C. Williams. So you are here because Nigeria Info said, this is the guest that will break this down because it is a legal conversation. But if we had reached out to maybe somebody, and this is hypothetical, who might be considered your superior, say, for example, Barrister Charles, and he is unavailable, and he says, you know what, I can't make it, but I will send Barrister J.C. Williams in my stead. Right? He sends you and says, no, Williams is capable. When you come here and respond to our questions, even though it is your words and your voice, you are representing Charles.
That's correct.
That means that your conduct here would be measured and weighed as something that Charles
could
have said exactly or done. So when you are a messenger, the action is yours, but it represents something bigger than you.
That's correct.
If the assembly members attempt to impeach a governor, they have been sent. Am I right?
By who?
The people they represent now.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
They are members of the House.
Assumably.
Yes. Based on what the Constitution says.
Yes.
That is the legislative arm of government.
That's correct.
And they are reps of the people.
Yes.
So if you are alleging now that they are trying to twist the governor for negotiation, like you said,
yes,
are they trying to, according to your allegation, negotiate for themselves or the people that sent them?
Oracle, you know the answer.
No, I don't know the answer. I will not be asking if I know the answer, Barrister Williams. No.
Let me assume that you don't know and answer you straight away. Fine. The people they are representing is us. Number one is that if the governor have committed an impeachable offense
against the people,
it is the people that will call the people that are representing us. They say, look, this thing governor did is wrong. You are a journalist of high repute. Go through the street of Port Harcourt. Ask, out of 10 persons, I do that sometimes, out of 10 persons, ask them, this in the House of Assembly, don't mind them. You will hear that. Not even one person. You won't get 9. I mean, you won't get 1 out of 10 to say that this thing they are doing, we are in support. But that's by the way. Now, even if they on their own felt, after all, they are representing us, all of us must not speak at the same time. They are our mouthpiece there. They see sometimes even what we cannot see. I agree.
Okay. Yeah.
If they feel that, look, the governor have done this, governor have done this, in a normal circumstance, Oracle, if they have respect for the people who they are representing, being us,
yeah,
would it not have been wise for them, even if it's town hall meeting, to say, look, you people sent us there, see what we found that governor is doing. Then we will not say, okay, you people should go and impeach. But this one, even they are supposed to resume 26th of January. Some of us we don't even know where they are.
No,
they just made phone call and gathered.
Barrister Williams, sometimes the messenger is proactive. You know the mind of your master. Sometimes Barrister Charles does not have to send Barrister William. You know that he will need you in that place.
No.
So you act before he asks. You understand? These lawmakers might be proactive.
Okay, thank God.
Instead of wasting resources, time hall meeting, transport money, we know that these people will not stand for this misappropriation.
Okay, I agree. Okay.
Gross misconduct.
Okay, to the extent of being proactive,
it's unforgivable.
Yes, to the extent of being proactive.
My goodness.
Let me give it to them. Now we have heard they were being proactive on our behalf.
That's right.
Now we have heard that this is what they are doing. We are now saying, don't be proactive.
No, you cannot speak for the people.
No.
You talk to your own rep. There are some other people that need the governor out of there.
My rep, what is that her name? Jocelyn Meji. The arm of our people say, this one, we are not. You don't have our mandate to do so. You don't have our mandate to impeach the governor.
Oh,
Fubara. You don't